A community on pins and needles, waiting for this day for almost 10 years. The two men who prosecutors say know what happened to Bardstown mother Crystal Rogers will finally be in court for their trial. This is Wave News at 5. I'm Brian Schlonsky.
And I'm Myra Ansari. There's been finger pointing for years towards Rogers' boyfriend at the time that she disappeared, Brooks Houck. And today attorneys are trying to figure out what potential jurors know about him.
Yeah, Houck and his employee Houck-Lawson are going to have their trial together. Wave News reporter Alina Noakes has been in the courtroom for us and is live now in Warren County, where jury selection is still happening. Alina, what does this process look like so far?
Well, this one has been a lot longer than the Steve Lawson jury selection process. They seated a jury in Steve Lawson's case just a few weeks ago in just a few hours. This one has been more nitpicky. The attorneys and the judge both taking a lot more time to process the potential jury pool in this case. We started with 132 potential jurors this morning. Now we are very close to finally having one. In fact, we are currently in a break while attorneys do their striking process, meaning they are going through a potential jury pool much smaller than 132 to seat their official jury. Now, we just finished up with the questioning part, which is one of the most impactful parts of this part of jury selection process, when these attorneys have a chance to ask direct questions and eliminate bias. Now, prosecutor Shane Young told the jury outright that this would be a no-body homicide based on circumstantial evidence. Prosecutors also wanted to guarantee that witness credibility would not be an issue, like if someone was testifying with a plea deal. Meanwhile, Houck's defense made his case very clear. Brian Butler essentially said suspicion doesn't always mean guilt. He asked about three big cases that have garnered years of national attention, just like this one, for instance, the JonBenet Ramsey case, but where none of the accused killers were found guilty. Now, he asked the jury, does everyone understand suspicion jumping to conclusions doesn't always lead to the right person? It's pretty obvious Butler is already trying to create reasonable doubt for his client. Now, it's clear that these attorneys are really setting a solid foundation for either the guilt or innocence of the men that are standing trial. These attorneys are doing the process right now, like I said, of striking, meaning they are going through about 40 potential jurors that they ask these questions of and trying to figure out who they would like to sit on that jury. Some of the people who were in that jury pool of 40 have already been struck for other reasons, other questions they have asked. So we're hopefully going to get down to 15 jurors that will serve for the duration of this trial. 12 will ultimately make the decision as to the guilt or innocence of Brooks Houck and Houck-Lawson. 3 alternates will be dismissed before they go into deliberation at the end of this trial. Now, this trial is expected to take 10 days. That is hopefully the longest it will take. It could go a little shorter, meaning we would end on July 7th or July 8th of this month. For now, in Warren County, Alina Noakes, Wave News.